Hello. Hello, Debbie. It's Tuesday night. The decisions you make today determines the life you live tomorrow. Good evening. And the decisions we make today determines the life we live tomorrow. So, the life you live tomorrow is based on what you say, what you're going to do. You have this daring idea, this amazing daring idea. So what is that? What is that idea? You are courageous. You are not a dawdler. You already know that. But you have this idea and you're hiding it. A loser never wins and a dawdler never moves. So who are you with your daring, courageous idea? I want to know. Because you have this idea in your back of your mind and you've been sitting on it. Why? Why you haven't taken the steps to make this idea what you want it to be. You're not a dawdler and you're not a loser, but you are behaving like one. You have this daring idea to do this daring thing and you're sitting on it. You're not letting it be part of you. You gave your ideas away. You talked about all what you were going to do. You never stopped talking. You talked about when, then your ideas were stolen. Somebody took your ideas away. You still didn't realize that. You didn't even know. Someone else grabbed the idea and now they're living the life that you had hoped to live. Then regret is here. So did you still have time? Do you still have time? I wonder. So let me tell you about Gerard. Gerard had an idea. Gerard was this man that had this great idea to build prefab houses. He had actually gone through the process. He had the drawings. He had his idea. Gerard walked around talking about this great grand idea. But he was waiting for this one big thing to happen. He decided he could only do this if he had that contact, if he had contacts with people. I can do it if I have the money, if the government would give me a grant. He had this idea. He talked about it. He talked and he talked about his great idea. He never stopped talking about it. Every time you met Gerard, I am going to build prefab houses, but I need the right contacts. I need to see what I can get the money. I need to work on see what the government has to offer. He had his drawings. He showed it to everybody he met. A few years went by and Gerard was out driving. He said to his son, I want to show you something about my idea for these prefab houses. So he took his son out to that place. And Gerard had this daring idea, remember? And Gerard was waiting for the contact to give him the idea, to do it. He said, I need contacts, I need money, I need this, I have this idea. So he put his young son in the car and he drove to where he wanted. He said he was going to build these prefab homes. When he got there, he saw a sign and he saw several prefab homes already built and sitting nicely on the land he knew he could get. He wanted to put these houses on. Then he looked up and he saw the name of the builder was Thomas Henry Jr. Thomas Henry Jr., Gerard knew by heart. He knew who he was. He was Gerard's friend for years. And he said so, he couldn't speak. He fell down on the ground and he just sat on the ground. His son had to grab him up. He cried. He barely was able to drive the way home. And when he got home, he told his wife what Henry had done. But he gave Henry the opportunity. He spoke about his plans and he was afraid. He was a dawdler. He was a loser. He was a procrastinator. He didn't do it. He kept saying, I need to have proper contacts. I need to see the government on my side. I need to have money. I need a grant. I don't have friends that can help me. But Henry, somehow, some way, Henry pushed through, and God took the idea from Gerard and he built these houses. Gerard cried, and of course he just went downhill from there. He destroyed his life, he destroyed his wife, he destroyed his family. And it was 20 years, he said, he was building this in dream. He had the plans. He said, I showed it to Gerard. I showed what I was doing. I showed it to Henry. I talked what I was to him, what I wanted to do. But Henry did not wait. Henry took the idea that Gerard was fooling around with, and he went, and somehow, being from the same economic place, he was able to get the money, he got the land, he got whatever he needed, and he lived the life that Gerard wanted to live. He lived the life. He took that idea because Gerard, he had this daring idea, but he didn't have the guts. He procrastinated. He was a dawdler. He was afraid. He was afraid to try. He could just keep talking and talking. You know those people. So I can see and I can understand. Some of you are saying, what is she talking about? That cannot happen. Yes, it does. And this is a true story. I just didn't use the names. But this is a true story. And he built the prefab houses. Henry became rich and a millionaire. Gerard lost his home. He lost his family. He started drinking because that idea went by him. He didn't dare to take it. He sat on it. So those of you who don't believe me when I say I can help you to move your thoughts into ideas. I can coach you into it. I can show you. I can motivate you into it. That is true. This is because I know how. I know what to do. I have 3 things, I can show you so you don't end up being like Gerard. Because it did happen. Gerard was a broken man in the end. Because of his procrastination and his fear. He didn't dare try. So he saw no way through. He saw the obstacles as obstacles in his way. The obstacle that he couldn't contact somebody. He had no friends that in high places to help him. Neither did Henry. But somehow Henry pushed through these obstacles. And he ended up drinking the wine that Henry had thought he would drink. That Gerard wanted to drink. So what I'm telling you tonight is true. I told you I can show you how to create the life you want. How to create what you want to do. There's 3 things you do. If you have an idea, you have to start. If your idea is to write about something, write about a life, write a book. If your idea is to learn to do something, you have 2 minutes. I would give you 60 seconds, but I can give you 120 seconds. And you can pull out your pen, your pad, and you can write. Begin to write. Begin to do. Get into action. That is the one thing I can push you to do. I can push you to do it now. Start now. Because you don't want to be the Gerard of the world. You don't want to live the life of Gerard. Look at what he had. He had this big, courageous, daring idea. But he didn't have the guts to do it. He didn't have the courage. He didn't have he was afraid. He said, I have nobody to help me. But you can only help yourself when you turn on the lights of the car. All you see is the first 100 yards. You must turn it on. So he had the idea. He didn't have the wherewithal to push for it. And you don't want that to happen to you. So begin. If it's a book you want to write, if it's something you want to do, begin at the beginning. Write your name on the page and start the story once upon a time. And let it be your story. And the other, I said 3 things. Pull out your phone, pull out your notebook, and begin. Begin to write about what you want. The second thing that you're going to have to do is don't wait to have that big creative space. Don't wait to have a room to create in. Don't wait to have an office to write in. Don't wait to have a special place like I have a reading nook. My reading nook was at the northwest corner of the garden, amongst the trees, with the raccoons running around. The night before, the raccoons would have put in that corner, I would come and I'd take the poo off and dump it in the garbage because that was my creative corner. It wasn't ideal, but that was it. I didn't wait for me to have a pergola in that very same corner for me to begin writing. So I'm telling you, write. And when you cannot write and the thoughts and the ideas come to you, put your phone on record. While you're driving, record. When you get home, download it to paper. That is number 2. Write wherever you are. If you cannot write, record. Write on the subway. Write when you're standing at the bus stop. Write when you're in the kitchen and you remember something. Have your pad and paper right next to you. It might have sauce on it. It might have oil on it. But it will also have your heart on it. It will have your heart in it. And this is what you do. Don't wait for the ideal place. So the best place in the house is that cupboard emptied in the basement. Is that corner next to the furnace? Is that corner next to the electrical box? Is that where you are? Is that the only place you can find? Is it the cold room? Then put your boots on and your winter coat and turn on the light and go and sit there. The thing is, you have to start. 15 minutes is I'm asking you to do. Make time. Make time to do what you want to do. Make time to plan it and to follow. Number 3, decide when you're going to do it. Decide what day you're going to do it. And stick to it. When you begin, your name, the time and the date at the top of the page. Your idea might not be to write a book. Your idea might be to design something. Your idea might be to design a new hairstyle, to design a new dress, to do something different, to plan your own business, to you be the employer and you start your own business somewhere. So say what you want to do about it. How are you going to do it? Begin by writing. Write it down. Begin. Just begin. Then the second thing, find a spot to do it. And it doesn't have to be a special spot. Anywhere will do. There is a book that I read and it said your altar could be in the bathroom. Your altar could be in the kitchen. Your altar could be outside. Your altar could be on a park bench. Your altar could be anywhere you can go to pray is your altar. Anywhere you can go to plan your life is your office. Anywhere you can go to be creative is where you will be creative. You don't have to have a special place. You don't need special lighting. You don't need special this. You just have to start. Dawdlers don't win. They don't move. A person who dawdles, they can barely walk. And a loser doesn't win. A procrastinator just wanders like they end up being Gerard. The third one, make time. Decide. 15 minutes. I'm going to work on my project, on my dream for 15 minutes. Knock on the door. It will happen. Seek help. And I am offering you myself. I'm going to encourage you. I am there to hear you. I have a bonus for you. And the bonus for you, if you want to succeed, I'll give you my email address. If you want to succeed, I will let you give you my email address so you can hold me responsible for what I'm promising you tonight. If you want it, DM me. I'll give it to you. I will help you. I will encourage you. And you can contact me and you can hold me with it. Keep me on purpose as I will keep you on purpose. This is what I will do. I will encourage you. I will accelerate you to win because I know what it is to have a project. So many things I have created. I know I didn't have to tell you about Gerard and Henry's story, but it was such, I did not fail. I did it. I pushed forward and I did it. And in many cases, I was very successful at it. And when it didn't serve my purpose, I sold it and I moved on to another challenge. I never knew how to not stop trying. I still don't know. I doubt I will ever stop trying because I don't know how. But that has given me the life that I love. It has given me choices. And it gave me an opportunity to do the things I want to do. So I am asking you to reach out to me. Tell me where you are. Why are you choking up? Why are you dawdling? Why are you procrastinating? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to try? I tried. I didn't know how to do all what I'm doing now. This room was newly decorated. COVID came in and I wasn't able to get the artwork that I wanted for it. So I'm filming behind this plain wall. I was in the office I go in the kitchen, I go into the other bedrooms, not bedrooms, the other rooms of the house. But the point is, you cannot, hi Patrick, you cannot stop trying. Losers don't win. Dawdlers don't move their, you know what? And procrastination will kill you. So if you have an idea and you have it so daring that you want to do it, then you need to do it. Because you will have a Henry in your life. And you might end up being the Gerard who had this idea to build these prefab homes for 20 years. All Gerard did, remember Gerard, he talked about it. He showed his drawing to people. He said, I'm going to do, and this idea was great. And then he said, if only I had the proper contacts, if only I could get the money, if only the government gave grants to builders, I would be doing this. Even after he had a son, he still was dreaming. It was daring, but what he didn't know was his friend that he shared this grand idea with was bolder than him. He was bold, and Henry went the same spot that Gerard had taken him to see, where he meant to build these prefab homes. When he got there to show his son, this is my dream again, there was Henry's name up as the builder and contractor. There were prefabs home. And of course, that destroyed Gerard. He just destroyed him. He became a broken man, lost his home, lost his family, because his dream, he let his dream go. He did not take the chance. He did not take the opportunity. He ended up being a dawdler. A dawdler does not move. And a loser will not win. And he was fearful. Procrastination wasn't even so much his stuff. He was just afraid. So why I'm asking you, if whatever it is you want to do, start it. Just begin to talk about it is not helping it. You should never ever talk about it. You should put it on paper. You should start working towards it. You should get information about it. But don't give up. And then the second thing is that keep going. Just keep going. Nobody is going to stop you if you keep going. Nobody will catch you. Look at your feet. Will your heel ever meet your toe? No. Your toe is already ahead of the heel. So that is where you have to be. If Gerard had just pushed the door open, just pushed the obstacles out of his way, he would not be living the life of a pauper while Henry lived his life. Henry took a chance and he won. So I'm offering you a choice. Contact me. I will show you how to go where you want to go, how to start. And I promise you, I will encourage you. I will accelerate you to win, because that is something I know how to do. So if you're trying and you don't know where to start, just start writing about it. Write about your thoughts. Write about your desire. Remember what I said. Just put it down there. Write about it. And number 2 and number 3. Number 3, you don't need a fancy place to create. Number 2, spend the time to do it. A little at a time. You don't need to have a big grand office. I didn't have a special reading nook. When I started reading and writing, I just did it wherever. I would clean the raccoon poo in the corner and pull my chair and I would spray it with vinegar, anything to get the scent. But that was where I felt best. So find your little niche and create. And I promise, if you contact me, I will help you over the river. I will help you to take you to the other side of the river. You are a toe, so act like you are a toe. Move. Don't be a dawdler. Don't be a fearful person. You have an idea, step upon the idea. It's not, as I said, it's not procrastinating, you know. It's afraid. Make your idea count. Don't do like Henry, like Gerard, and let Henry steal your ideas from you. Don't talk about them, work on them. And I promise you, if you contact me, I will encourage you. I'll be there for you. I'll show you. I'll instruct you. And I will guide you. So, sending you light and joy on this wonderful Tuesday evening. I hope I shook you into coming to grips with what you want to do. But as you know, dawdlers don't move and losers never win. And you have to get there. So keeping it back and having regrets following you wherever you go, or crashing to the ground like Gerard did, when he saw that his friend stole or took his idea. The friend didn't steal it. The friend just used it because it was available to use. So ladies, any question on that? Ask me a question on it. since we are here. Pushback, hello Pushback. Oh, you should have seen what we were talking about. I haven't seen you for a long time. Yes, so tonight I was just pushing everybody to realize that when you have an idea, you Pushback, you are that is the name of your company. You're an entrepreneur. So needed to hear this message. Thank you. I'm so glad you needed to hear this message. The point of the message was to wake you guys up. Pushback, that person called Pushback, she has her own skincare product company. And she's been working on it. And I use her shampoo. I got her, it's a long story, but I have her shampoo and I use it and it's gorgeous. It does not strip your hair. But like Debbie said, she needed to hear this message. The message was really, a lot of you are coming late. I cannot go over this again. So what it was, when I started this thing, I have to go back to the beginning. Oh, you people are making me cry. The decisions you make today determines the life you live tomorrow. Every day we make decisions, high faith, high donut. So the decisions you make today determines the life you live tomorrow. And when you look at you have an idea, you have a daring, thoughtful idea, and you don't do it, you're not using it, you're afraid of it, or you talk about it, you were courageous enough to dream this dream. You were courageous enough to put it on paper, and then you went around showing it to everybody, and then you would say, if only I had the contacts, if only I had the money, if only the government would loan me money, if only the banks would give me money. And this is what you do. That is what Gerard did. I told you the story of Gerard. He wanted to build prefab houses. He had the plan. He had done everything. And for 20 years, he carried it around with him, showing everybody. And he always saw the obstacles, not the way through. Until one day, he took his son to see the plot of land he knew would be perfect for prefab. And when he got there was already prefabs. 20 years later, the prefabs were there. After he crushed himself into the ground, he looked up and he saw the name of his friend, Thomas Henry Jr. And the friend built the prefab homes. And he said that to his son, that's my friend. That's Thomas, my friend. We were friends all our life. He knew that was my dream. He crashed, he died, he was broken. He not killed himself, but he was a broken man. He destroyed his life, his family. And because he dare not try, he dare not find a way. He had this daring dream. He was waiting for the perfect time. So who are you? What are you waiting for? You want to be creative. You have an idea and you're sitting on it. That idea you have is so amazing. But here you are sitting on your idea and you're not doing anything about it. But you know that dawdlers never move. A dawdler just dawdles around and sits there. And the losers don't win. And I am not calling it procrastination because it isn't. It is not procrastination. It's even worse than that. You're afraid to try because you're afraid to fail. You're afraid that somebody will criticize you because you tried and failed. But it's better to be amongst those that tried and failed, to be amongst those timid souls that never tried. So this is what you have to do. And that's why I said, if you need help, I can give you the help. I have 3 things that I told you to do. If I was standing in front of you in a room today, I would stop talking for 60 seconds. And I would tell you, pull out your phone and begin. What it is you have put off on the back burner. And of course, after I have told you the story of Henry and Gerard, there's still some of you in the audience today that is saying, what is she talking about? But it is a true story. And even if you're a doubter or you're not a believer, I am saying, if you have a dream, you must start. If you are daring, you have to do. If you are bold enough to dream, you have to work on it. You can't let the obstacles of yesterday stop you from seeing there. The obstacles will always be there. So you have to make it work. You have to push. And write the second thing I said to you, set the 60-second. Then after that, write wherever you are. Write wherever you are. Talk about it to yourself and write about it in your book, private, what it is you're going to do. Hello, Ali. What are you going to do? And this is the second thing I'll give you. You create those two things. You begin. You have to begin with the plan. You must write it out. You must work on it daily. And you know, you don't have to wait for that special creative space. I didn't. I started many things and I sold them when the demographics of the areas went the other way. But I started them from scratch and I sold them. I chose different things. And when I want to create, I love the northwest corner of my garden, and so did the raccoons. So we agreed to share. They had it at night and I had it in the day. I went in there. If they made a mess, I picked up the mess. I poured vinegar or whatever to get rid of the smell, and I sat there and I wrote. In the winter, I found the spot. When I created my office, my son, my girlfriend called. I took a day off to put the boards, whatever I was doing in that office. And my friend Faye called and said to him, "Where's your mom?" And his answer to Faye was, "She's downstairs putting holes in the wall." So I remember that. Fast forward a few weeks later, I noticed he's going downstairs with some heavy science books in his hand. I'm saying, where are you going? "I'm going to your office," he said. "That is the best place to study. Nobody can disturb you there. You have a little couch in there. It's right where it is in the house. You don't hear anything happening in that house." I said, "Is that so? And you thought I was putting holes in the wall." But that is what I did. I created my own space. I had to share it with all of them. But the point, my sister came from New York and she was writing some big exam for NYU. And there she was. Everybody used my little office in the winter. Then when summer came and I'm outside, or spring or winter, when I'm spring or fall, they're all sitting around me. Me and the raccoon had our little arrangement. But there was all these people now during the summer. So what I'm trying to say is that if you want to create, you don't need a big elaborate office. I am here talking to you. This room was renovated last year and COVID came, so I couldn't do what I wanted with the walls. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing this. I don't know about lighting, but I'm doing the best I can because I want to do it. I'm not going to because I cannot get artwork for this wall, not do it. Because the lighting isn't perfect, not do it. So I'm just going to push through, and that is what I can offer you. I can show you how. I can make sure you succeed because I will encourage you, I will accelerate you, and I gave you 3 things to do. And if you want more, DM me, ask me the question, contact me. I will take you to where you want to go because this is what I can do. So, sending you light and joy on this wonderful evening. I did this video twice because I had the stragglers like Donato and Ali, and who else came late? So for you guys, I did the game. Jimmy, how are you? So you see, all my friends are coming a little later. Guys, 7 o'clock, you have to be on time. When something is happening at 7, the angels are there to help you. So you can learn. The angels are there to direct me. The Holy Spirit is there to tell me what to say. And you might need that. So when it's at 7, be there at 7. If you want to hear what I have to offer you, because this is what happens. Like as soon as I see Susie or somebody online that I want to, Yoko, I jump in. Because I know she has something to show. Something is going to be there. The Holy Spirit has something to teach me. So if it's at 7, you start at 7, you come at 7. If you go to church, you notice the priest does not wait for a full church for him to start the mass or he starts the service. It's 9 o'clock, he walks in, they ring the bell, and there they go. There could be only one person. But those who came late will miss that special blessing. So if you are looking to get something from me, because I have a lot to offer, I know that. I'm not showing off. I'm telling you, I've lived a life. And I have something, and I'm constantly learning. And I'm going to take you on the journey to learn with me and to use what I learn. But be on time. 7 p.m. at night, 8 a.m. in the morning. So have a wonderful, I'm too late. Jimmy, just a little bit too late. But you can listen to the live. I'll post it on the Instagram, and you can listen to that. And it will be on my YouTube channel. It's really 2 in 1. So maybe we can get 10 videos out of this one. So have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate all of you tonight. Thanks, Yoko. Check it out, Tessa YouTube. Thank you. Tessa-Marie Schillingford YouTube channel. Thanks, Yoko. You are such a friend. Yoko, I am so sorry to hear about your uncle's death. But I'll talk to the girls tomorrow when they're doing the morning blessing. We'll have something there for you. So take care, guys, and have a wonderful evening. Thanks for coming, all of you.